I have been financially not doing great.
As of 2 months ago, my husband and I had $43,500 in credit card debt. Yeah, you heard that right. How does that happen?
I always get questions as to why I have so much credit card debt. This is it.
Welcome back, Doom Scrollers. Today we're talking about something I hate so much, I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to it. Debt. But not just any debt, credit card debt. People are up to their eyeballs in debt in 2025. This video is gonna have you guys scratching your head asking, what were they thinking? We're gonna break down what went wrong. I'm gonna share some biblical wisdom so that you can avoid these traps. And ultimately, if you take this advice, this will help you build a future that lasts. Doom Scrollers, let's get into it.
I'm 31, I'm single, I live alone, I'm currently paying off $29,000 in credit card debt. I wanted to do a little exercise of how much interest I paid in the last 365 days on my highest balance credit card, which is my Bank of America credit card. It currently has over $20,000 balance right now. In April 2024, I paid $430.29 in interest. In May, I paid $416.24. In June, I paid $425.26. July, I paid $407.32. August, I paid $423.38. September, I paid $428.33. October, I paid $400.
That's what car payments used to be, y'all. That's a whole car payment. I mean, car payments now are probably double or triple that. But that's what,
$101.23. November, I paid $415.81. December, I paid $329.20. January, I paid $410.64. February, I paid $409.26. Finally, last month, I paid $367.51. That is my lowest interest in the past 365 days, bringing our grand total of $4,505.09 paid in interest on my Bank of America card. I'm gonna go to bed now.
It is really cool seeing the amount of interest that you're paying going down. So I'm proud of her.
I have $40,000 in credit card debt. 40. So let's talk about it. First of all, that is a statement that I thought I would be taking to my grave. I never thought I would tell another soul. And in fact, until today, I have never told another soul about my struggles with credit card debt because this is not the beginning. If we rewind all the way back to about 19 or 20-year-old Lana, that is when my journey with credit card debt began. I was 19 years old and I was dating a man who was 31 and he did not support me or help me financially in any way, and I was trying to live his lifestyle off my minimum wage job, and I was living outside my means, to be quite frank.
If you're in your 20s and you keep consistently seeing people and you like, oh my God, how are they doing all this? How are they affording all of this? Blah, blah, blah. And you're really confused and you're trying to figure it out, is really one of two, maybe even three options. The first option is credit card debt. Maybe $1,000 right now in credit card debt. But they're in Bora Bora. Absolutely. The second is rich parents. Don't ever underestimate the power of a rich parent. The third is they might be scamming. They might. Small might. And then the fourth, absolute and final, is that they're really just getting to the money. But that's very low on the total pole. It's probably credit card debt.
I mean, it's kind of made me curious when I start walking around and I see everybody just doing so well. How do you have a designer bag and you are a sophomore in college? So it really makes a lot of sense. It's got to be credit card debt. And what I know, especially from my profession, is people are in debt up to their eyeballs. Listen, the world is going to tell you that these bags and these shoes and these flashy cars are signs of success. But guys, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that you may not know. And I'm just here to tell you that it's a trap. You can't build lasting wealth on a foundation of debt and instant gratification. It's terrible. Proverbs 22:7 says that the rich rule over the poor and the borrower is slave to the lender. You're not free if you're drowning in debt just trying to impress people. And the crazy thing is, these people don't even care. You gotta focus on building real wealth. Put God first in your finances. Live within your means and invest wisely. Don't get trapped by the world's obsession with stuff. You don't need the designer bag to have a rich life. You need a solid foundation built on wisdom. So in the comments right now, let me know, what's a purchase that you made recently that you knew that you couldn't afford? Listen, we listen and we don't judge, you know? So the way that my budget is set up, there's a lot of stuff out there that I can't afford, including the KFC Dunk It box that I bought yesterday. That was not in the eating out budget, but I had to get it, y'all. So we listen and we don't judge. Let me know in the comment section what you guys have recently bought. Let's talk about it.
I have been financially not doing great. Even though I am a nurse and I make good money, I don't have money, which is the sad part because of the choices that I've made still currently and the choices that I've made like previously, like from a couple of years. I am in credit card debt, and it's this unhealthy cycle that I have been putting myself into, and this just relationship with money has just never been something that I was talked about. Lifestyle creep is definitely a thing, and especially when you are trying to make a brand for yourself, when you're aspiring to do something that you want to do, and content creation has been something that I've always wanted to do. Being a YouTuber has always been something I want to do. I've always just wanted to be on camera. I've always just wanted to make a name for myself, whether it be like through content creation, being a YouTuber, being an entrepreneur, like whatever it may be. I always felt like I was meant to do something other than nursing. And so I think for years I have been continuously like, you know, going with the trends. And
y'all, it ain't sweet over here in the content creation space either. I've been doing content creation for the past 10 years. I started full time for the past 10 years. I started in junior high, so I was really early to this. Millions of subscribers, millions of dollars. Like, I'm a successful content creator. All right, I got in early. It ain't sweet over here either. And actually, what people won't tell you is you can do this and what you're doing. You can do this and that. As somebody who now, after already having a successful career as an influencer only, is doing both. Actually, the best idea is to do both, because this is only fun to do. This, like, just have a heart to heart with me. This is only fun to do when it's not the main thing. Now, if you're making so much that it can be the main thing and it should be the main thing, okay, great. But even then, like, I know some of the most successful creators on the planet that still have a day job or that still have a job. Because again, this started off as a hobby for a lot of us. And now all of a sudden, everybody wants to do it. It's the #1 job that kids want to do. And people who are like nurses that have like lawyers, doctors, they're just like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. This thing that I worked so hard for 5, 10, 15 years to be, I just want to throw it all away so I can make some TikToks and some YouTube videos. No, just do the TikToks and YouTube videos right now and do what you do in the day. Like, this is a hobby. And if you make money from it, great. But like, these YouTube streets ain't sweet. These social media streets ain't sweet. Girl, you got it. You got it. Keep doing what you're doing and use maybe the social media stuff to pay down your credit cards. That's a good idea, right? Like, if it pops off, then great. But if it doesn't, then great. At least you still got to exercise your creativity in something that you've said that you've been wanting to do for a long time.
And like, you know, buying whatever everyone else buys so that like I can post about it and like, you know, be seen. But then I get caught up with imposter syndrome of not being enough. In order for me to become someone, I guess I was influenced by everyone else around me. So if I bought the next best thing, or if I like looked a certain way by buying these clothes, then I was gonna make an image, a brand for myself. And that turned into like so many like dumb purchases like along the way that I'm like literally paying for now. And don't get me wrong, I have been trying to get myself together when it comes to my finances, because obviously like I have money to pay my bills. I have money to like pay down the minimums on my credit cards. But a lot of the times I don't take into account money like for myself and money to, you know, just enjoy life. And most of the time, like, I'm struggling to even do that. So I think I've reached my breaking point. Enough is enough. Like, living paycheck to paycheck, living with like the credit card debt and like the afterpays and everything, like I'm done. Like, I'm so done. I want to be financially free. Like, I don't want to have to worry about like, you know, if I'm gonna be able to eat. I just don't want to be in this cycle anymore, because it's like, I want to travel, I want to buy a house, I want to get married, like all of these things. Like, it's just like, it's not possible until I take this step of paying off my debt. And not just paying off my debt, but like being financially literate and just understanding you can't always have your wants. You have to prioritize like your needs. And sometimes like I rationalize like my needs, my wants, to make them seem like they're needs. And I just need to get out of this toxic like mindset. Like, it sucks.
I have such a shopping addiction, then this is how I'm cutting myself off.
She just went full send. Like, and the thing is, I have that credit card. That's a metal one. That was, she just full sended it. That's crazy.
Even my card doesn't want me to stop it. Come on.
I always get questions as to why I have so much credit card debt. This is it. I'm spring cleaning my apartment and I did something incredibly stupid. I must be a masochistic little idiot, because I realized that I am literally the woman who lived in her shoes. I counted and there are 60 pairs. It takes up literally...
Look, I'm not against even people having 60 pairs of shoes. I'm not even against it. But if you got $60,000 of credit card debt, that is a problem. You are the problem. It's not the shoes. It's never the thing. It is how we possess them. This is bad stewardship.
The entire area space of my bedroom floor, And for reference, this is about 6 feet right here. This area, it's like 6 feet across. So if you ever wondered why my savings account is basically empty and I have 5 figures of credit card debt, this is it right here. So this is what 60 pairs of shoes look like. And shamefully, I think only like 5 of these pairs are under $300. Okay, let's say under 200. That one, that one, that one, that one, and that one.
Who's she doing all this for? I mean, look, I understand women. Right? We all like, not even just women. We all like to shop. In fact, the things that I buy are more expensive than my wife because I like to buy technology and things like that. But y'all, who are you trying to impress with $300 shoes? What? Nobody know. I mean, I guess if you know type thing, but sometimes I don't want to know. Sometimes I want to be blissfully ignorant about how quickly my money can get taken from me. $300. Every shoe over there is worth more than $200. She's sitting on 12 grand right there. But you got 5 figures of credit card debt. Whew.
Those are the only pairs that are under $200. Oh, and then my Birkenstocks back there too. Oh, and my Bass loafers right there. But everything else is
and she know the name of all of them too. That's crazy.
over $200. Most of them are over $500.
I was looking at the comments in this video, and a lot of people are saying that it's the Klarna and the Afterpay. That's how everybody's able to afford everything. It's absolutely insane. And it sounds good, right? Like buy now, pay later sounds like a dream. Well, it's actually more like a nightmare waiting to happen. It's schemes like these that seem like a way to get what you want now, right? Like you don't got to delay gratification. But trust me, the interest will catch up faster than you can say debt spiral. Do not mess around with this stuff because once you're in it, you're cooked. And don't just take my word for it, right? We always go back to the standard, the word of God. In Romans 13:8, it says, owe no one anything except to love each other. God calls us to be free from debt, not chained to it. So before you hit buy, ask yourself, can I pay for it today? Can I pay for it today twice? Can I pay for it today 3 times? If not, don't buy it. We have to learn contentment in American culture again. We also need to learn how to practice patience. You know, I got kids. And it's the hardest thing to teach them, how to delay gratification, but how to have patience. But patience is a virtue. It's way better to wait and save than to live in debt and regret.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm in $9,999 of credit card debt. Here's what I ate today. For the record, to clear up any confusion, I have a grocery budget and an alcohol budget. It's not one or the other. Anyway.
People be having alcohol budgets? What? That's wild. That's wild.
I should be able to do a little stuff here and there.
Do you think the only reason you're living is to pay off the credit card? I want you to attack it now, so by the time you're 35, you never have to pay a credit card again. So you around for a month because, ooh, it's my birthday month. Woo! You're extending this situation for years and years to come.
I never really liked playing in people's face like that. I mean, I know people do some foolish things, but it's kind of disrespectful to me. It kind of rubs me the wrong way. I get it. It's kind of funny or whatever. Maybe it's sensationalized, but just because people are in debt doesn't mean they're not people, right? And sometimes you can laugh at the situation, but when you start playing in people's face,
My birthday month. Woo! You're extending this situation for years and years to come. You're preventing yourself from getting out of it. You're preventing yourself from ever having enough saved up for retirement so that you can survive, so you're not working in your 80s in order to afford rent because you never saved up enough money to put a down payment on a house. And who knows what Social Security is going to be like when we retire. We can't rely on that. People can barely rely on it now.
This is a real conversation that I had with one of my friends when I was in university about her credit card, and I still think about this once a week. I have to pay off my credit card. It's like $700 this month. That sucks. What do you mean your credit card bill is $700? Like I just bought all my textbooks and stuff, so I have to pay off my credit card. Like it's $700. My credit card bill has never been over $10. What? Yeah, like you only have to pay the $10. What do you mean? It's only 10. What do you mean?
No.
Only paying $10. Like, every month you get the bill and you only have to pay $10. It doesn't matter how much you put on. It's literally, you just have to pay.
You know what? I know I'm not this friends, whoever they are, imaginary. I'm not their parent, but I'm just going to go ahead and take responsibility. Somebody got to take responsibility for this lack of financial literacy. This is the most outlandish thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh my stars. Who signed off? I used to work in the bank, y'all. It is criminal. It is criminal to lend to somebody like this who don't even know what they're getting. That's predatory. Oh my goodness.
The $10. How long have you had this credit card for? Since first year? We're in our third year university. Do people not know that? Do people not know that? People of TikTok, people of the internet, just know, like, please, just pay in full. Pay in full.
College classes?
Yes.
On a credit card.
So I had gotten a full ride scholarship to a nearby local college, but they didn't have the degree that I wanted. So I stopped going and got my LPN instead. And then completely forgot about that and saw that all that was in collections, because in order for me to get my transcripts sent to the college I'm going to now, I have to pay that off.
University collections? Collections from university?
Yes.
But you're in university right now and you have university collections? You make so much fucking money. How have you not paid this? Going out to eat is the answer.
So I've basically just been school hopping because I'll owe a balance, so I just go to a next school.
This is so irresponsible.
At least I'm getting my school done.
Yeah, through 50 different schools.
Well, it's getting done.
Oh,
That's the problem with our generation is we think, because I'm Gen Z technically, the very top end of Gen Z. At 27, I've met way too many 20-year-olds that think that just going to school is doing something. Now, maybe it's the younger millennial in me. I was raised by older parents. Maybe I'm an old soul. Just because you go to school don't mean you doing nothing, really. You need to be going to school for the right thing. You could be earning money while you're in school. You could be avoiding debt while you're in school. That's really doing something. You know, doing something while you're going to school is doing something. You know, unless, you know, there's certain situations where you just don't have to or whatever. But what I'm trying to really speak to and avoid is the type of person that thinks that they are entitled to taking out more money than they will ever be able to reasonably pay back based off of the career that they have. We cannot throw a party for everybody who just decides to go to college. Going to college is a privilege. You don't even have to do it anymore. And in some, maybe even most cases, it's not even worth it. But we got people like this. They're just like, oh, I'm just school hopping. I'm just avoiding my balances. And I'm just not even. You're going to be bankrupt. You're cooked. You're cooked.
An email from him. I also forgot to mention I owe my dad $1,800.
So
help pay me some college classes.
He has an insane amount of credit card debt too. So
oh, it's hereditary. Got you. And I'm not even trying to make light of it. It's just her laughter don't seem like she's laughing through the pain. Her laughter seems like this ain't a big deal to her. And I'm not, you know, that's not fair for me to do, but that's just kind of the impression that I'm getting.
He went ahead and put that on his credit card for me.
Oh.
As of 2 months ago, my husband and I had $43,500 in credit card debt. Yeah, you heard that right. How does that happen? 2 months ago, I cried out to the Lord, asking for wisdom, asking him to help us to pay this off, telling him that I am willing to do what we need to do to get out of this hole that we have dug ourselves into. And he began to give me steps to take to do that. And I kid you not, y'all, over the last 2 months, I have actually seen that number go down. I've been tracking this for the last year, and as of 2 months ago, we had more debt 2 months ago than we did a year ago, and all of our cards have had 0% interest. We've been paying the minimum payments, which is a huge chunk, which means that it should have been going down over the last year, but instead it's gotten higher. But since I started implementing the steps that the Lord was giving me 2 months ago, we've actually been seeing that go down.
That's why I do this, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. Somebody's gonna peep game and they trying to tell y'all. God's way is better. It really is. It works. He's the creator of the whole universe. He created this world. He ordered it the way that it is. If you take heed to his wisdom, then you will get the benefits.
Okay, I wanted to answer this question about how I got into $15,000 worth of credit card debt because I've been getting it a lot. I feel like some people are going to be like, this is basic knowledge, but to me, it wasn't basic knowledge, which is why I wish someone drilled this into my brain and I actually listened. The first is I had zero financial literacy at all. My family never talked about money. I come from a super poor single mom family and money just wasn't ever talked about because we had none of it. And I never took any classes in high school that taught you about finances. I don't even know if there were any. The next is that I always considered my available credit as money that I could spend or money that I had. I distinctly remember buying like a laptop and furniture because I was like, oh, I don't have the money on my debit card, but I have it on my credit card so I can spend it. Which looking back is ridiculous, but back then it felt like free money. I always only paid the minimum payments on my credit cards. Whether it was like $100 or $25, I was like, okay, as long as I do that, I'm fine. When it really clicked for me was when my financial advisor told me that if I continued paying $150 on each card, it would take me 9 years and $17,000 worth of pure interest to pay it off. It would cost me $17,000. But if I increased my payments to $350 and $450, it would take me 1 year and it would only cost me $3,000 in interest, which is so much of a difference.
I love math. I love when math just works. And I love when people who were formerly ignorant of something get the knowledge and then apply it. Oh my goodness. She's going places.
Credit card debt is not normal. I feel like people make a joke out of it on this app. I get it. If you are in between jobs, you are struggling,
Credit card debt is normal in this country. It's unfortunate, but it's normal. It's the reality of probably most people in this country.
Genuinely need to accumulate credit card debt. This is not what I'm talking about. I am talking about people that go out to dinners, go on vacation. I feel like there's a lot of young, impressionable people on this app, and I want you guys to know that it is not normal. I talk to my friends. We do not have credit card debt. It is not funny.
It's cap. It's not funny. She's right, but it's cap. I'm telling you, a lot. A lot of people have credit card debt. A lot of people. It's expensive. The cost of living is crazy. And it doesn't mean go into debt for it. I mean, if anything, just try to adjust your living expenses. Try to just delay gratification. But the fact of the matter is, lots of people have credit card debt.
Unfortunately, real life is real. Living within your means is so much better.
You guys, I literally cannot make this shit up. Chase just increased my credit limit again. From $23,200 to $26,700, which makes my total overall credit limit $43,000. And this is so fucking predatory because they act like they just did you a service. They're like, oh my God, you have so much extra money now. They're like, this means you have more purchasing power when planning your next vacation or making home.
That is some pretty crazy copywriting, though. If you're putting your vacation on your credit card, what are you doing? You should not be taking a vacation. I get it, though. Life is short, and people are just like, look, we get one shot at this. I'm just going to do what I want to do. Don't put your vacation on your credit card. I don't know who needs to hear this. Listen, I don't know who needs to hear this. For me, you may not know me, but I'm Caitlin, right? Please don't put your vacation on your credit card. You will be vacationing in the short term, but you will be living in debt hell for the long term. Don't do it. It ain't worth it.
Improvements. It is so completely unnecessary for anyone to have a $26,700 credit limit, let alone a $43,000 plus, whatever. It just goes to show I have been paying off my credit card for the last 6 months now. I've gone from $36,000 to $18,000. I always forget. I don't know. And credit card companies see that and they're so predatory. They're like, wait a second, come back. Wait a second, you were paying us so much interest and now it's going down. Oh my God. They're missing out on, last year they made $5,000 for me on interest. This year they're not going to make anything near that. I feel like everyone always asks, how did you get such high of a credit limit, blah, blah, blah. I was in debt. They literally love people who are in debt because they're making so much money from us.
Hopefully seeing some of these money mistakes has illuminated your mind to think, I heard how they got there and maybe I'm on that track. Maybe this was the video that helped change your mind and helped you change your ways. You do not have to follow the world's broken ways. There is a better way, and there's no better way than God's way. Live within your means, seek financial wisdom, and build a future that will last. God calls us to be good stewards, and that starts with making wise choices today. So if that means delaying gratification and not getting this bag, or we're not trying to get this car, or not buying this on the credit card, then that's what that means. Make wise choices today, and your future self will thank you later. I love y'all. I pray that the Lord blesses you, that he keeps you, that he shines his face towards you, and that he gives you peace.